Hello everyone, Voodoo here. So the content creator NDA is lifted, which means there's like a ton of content now. Now, I didn't get into the pre-thing there. I'm not big enough. I wasn't the content creator. It's a whole thing. It's a whole problem. You can ask me that sometime on stream. I could waffle about it for a while. But basically, behind the eight ball a bit, all the Devourer info is out. But there's so much, and I'm a little tight on time right now that I'm not going to go over it. Instead, what we're going to do in this video is go over the new Havoc stuff. Because I feel like, you know, maybe no one's touching Havoc right now. There are some changes. This is all based off of what Wowhead has put up on their website, basically. There might be some differences in alpha. I did manage to get on a friends and family list, so hopefully I do get alpha access at some point soon. But I don't know. I mean, like with that, we just got to hop in and look at stuff, right? So like, comment, subscribe. We're going to have like so many videos over the next week. I'm probably gonna be recording every spare second I get, and with that, let's get into it. Okay, so the big thing here is you do have to like just ignore all these question marks because there's no like actual talent calculator on Wowhead. They just have all the different actual like talent, like they just made these by hand. You gotta give them a bit of a break. Now, there's a ton of not yet implemented talents. I believe all of these talents down here are not yet implemented. Like all of these ones over here, all these ones are back. A few things to talk about. Demonic is gone from the Spec tree, which is kind of a huge deal. Demonic is no longer here. Fellblade and Voidblade is now at the top of the tree. Sigil of Misery is here instead of Sigil of Flame. No, this is always Sigil of Misery. My bad. So that's there. Other things, Chaotic Fragment thingy is gone, which is interesting. But all the capstones are gone. Hunt is gone. Sigil of Spite is gone. Collected Anguish is gone. Darkness is still here, unfortunately. All the sigil stuff is gone. And the reason for this is that Havoc actually doesn't have access to sigils anymore. Now, again, I don't have access. This is confirmed per Jedith, but Havoc no longer has sigils. So it makes you wonder, how is this Eldrazi Reaver thing going to work? Because that means Havoc loses all of their soul generation. So I think right now this is in a pretty unfinished state, because if this goes live this way, Havoc will just not have a hero talent tree that they can use. Art of the Glaive will just not be playable. So we'll see what happens there. We don't have the new hero talent stuff for Havoc yet. Both Felsguard and Eldrazi Reaver don't have the new points. Annihilator has their stuff, but I'm not going to go over it in this video because, again, I'm a little short on time and I want to do more for the Devourer stuff. I want to like kind of digest it all. But Clash Tree is just fully not implemented, basically. But the stuff that has been removed is now on the Havoc Spec tree. And ignore this like flashing line. I'm not actually sure where that's from. We'll just move it down there. So again, you can't really tell that things have changed here, but things are different. So first things first, they've removed the choice node here. So the 20% fell rush increase is gone, which is fine. No one uses this node anyways. They've removed looks can kill. So Demonic is here now. I've been causing under demon form for 5 seconds after it finishes dealing damage, which means it's no longer in the clash tree. Now, I don't like this, really. I mean, like, this just means that we're moving power from the clash tree into the spec tree, which means we have to use more spec points. And that's okay, because we do get more spec points, so it's fine. Where looks can kill is now Chaotic Transformation, so this piece of shit's still around. Again, I don't like this talent. Otherwise, like, there's not a ton that changes in the top of this row here. Deflecting Daze instead of Dance, I think they just misspelled that. And then there's not really... actually, sorry. This change, I just noticed this. Desperate Instincts is different. Blur now reduces damage taken by additional 10%, and additional damage taken below 35% health is reduced by 10%. Now, I think that just makes it a passive, which is kind of crazy. And the other one here, Netherwalk, is combined into Blur. I actually didn't notice this when I did my little once over. So they were actually removing Netherwalk completely. So basically, you get a choice of a stronger Blur and a passive damage reduction below 30, and basically Will and Necropolis, or Blur and Netherwalk together. Now, I'm interested if that means that you can still damage during that, because you can still damage during Blur. But this seems like Havoc got a defensive pruned, which is obviously not good. But I do like it, but it does mean you only have one button now, especially if the clash tree with the sigil talent is leaving. So Havoc lost a defensive, so that's fine. I didn't notice that. Nothing else here changes. All this is the same. Dark Suffering is the same. There's a connection now between Chaotic Transformation and Furious Gaze, so it is now cheaper to come down this way, which is a pretty big deal. Honestly, that means you'd probably always come down here, and you might not take these, might not take Blind Fury or Dancing with Fate anymore, because I guess like you like pick up points that way. I'm not really sure what the plan was there. All this stuff is the same. All this stuff on the left is the same. The other big change is in the bottom here. So Furious Gaze is the same. We have a choice node here between Inner Demon and the Hunt. Interesting. So Inner Demon is the same, the Hunt is the same, but they're on choice node now. Unsure how that's going to work out. Again, this seems to be something that's pretty early on, and we kind of need to be in the alpha to see, but that's a weird choice. This was also changed, so it's just Chaos Theory now, and in fact, you'll notice that there's no longer Essence Break. Essence Break's around still, it's over here, don't worry, right there. But this is now Glaive Tempest. So Glaive Tempest has been made a passive. So the final slash of Blade Dance will consume 35 Fury when it strikes 4 more enemies, launching 2 demonic glaives in a roll of energy, causing chaos damage. So basically what this does is that instead of using the button, whenever you Blade Dance, it'll cost you more Fury, and then launch 2 demonic glaives in the world of energy. It'll basically summon a Glaive Tempest. Now this means you get this a lot, but this is a lot of Fury cost, which I guess means like that could change how Havoc plays in AoE. Again, like we don't even know if Havoc's gonna be played because of Devourer. But this makes this really strong, assuming the damage is still like relatively similar to how it was before. I'm assuming it'll be nerfed a bit, but this does make Blade Dance a really good AoE tool now. It will also just make it cost like 70 Fury or 60 Fury or whatever, which is a lot, but it is cool. That's a thing. I do think this is better. Know your enemy's still down here, unfortunately. Character disposition is the same. Cycle of Hatred is still the stupid one, where it's not just flatline 20, it makes you stack it up, which boo, hate that. Scream Brutality is the same. Basically, none of the glaive stuff has really changed. The other new stuff are in these last 2 nodes. So, Shattered Destiny, we know it, it's the exact same. But Collective Anguish is here. So I-Beam now summons an allied Vengeance Demon Hunter who casts Spell Dev. Now, I actually kind of like this. This is good for like an AoE option, because Shattered Destiny, generally speaking, is not very good in dungeons. But Collective Anguish actually can be pretty strong because Spell Devastation does do uncapped AoE. Now, again, this isn't a weird talent point spot. We are getting more talent points, and Havoc doesn't have their Apex yet. Some of the specs do. But it's a weird spot for it. And again, it's one of those things where it's like a class tree point has been moved into the spec tree. So it does feel kind of bad to take. But again, like I'm not on alpha. We'll have to see how things work out here and see like what the actual tree is like whenever alpha goes up. And then finally, a Fire Inside is over here now, which I like a lot more. It makes so much more sense. It being over here made 0 sense because all the Immolation Aura talents are like here. But again, you know, like it still has the same refund thing where it just means that you oftentimes have just like a bunch of Immolation Auras you have to use. I would still rather this is just 30% reduction to its cooldown or something like that instead of the refund. But I do like it's over here more. That's kind of it. So Havoc got its defensives kind of pruned. Blur is a lot better now, but you do lose Netherwalk to get that, which I think means overall you're probably a little worse off. That's the exact same. And then we have a little bit more AoE down here with Glaive Tempest. Now again, I'm unsure this will work out in terms of Fury economy. We are missing a lot of information here. Oh, this is Annihilator. I'm like, what? We are missing a lot of information here for both Dr. Reaver and Felskard. It feels like Havoc and the class tree are not done being worked on yet, which is, I guess, disappointing. Like, this is kind of always where Havoc is. I would say overall, I'm disappointed with Havoc changes. I think the Glaive Tempest change could be cool. Other than that, it's like, oh, they took our spec tree points. They took 3 of them, actually, Demonic, the Hunt, and Collective Anguish, and moved them to the... sorry, they took our class tree points, moved them to the spec tree. Fell Barrage is gone, which is fine. No one really liked Fell Barrage anyways. They've proven the defensives. Sigils are gone, which means I don't know how Eldrazi Reaver will work anymore. We'll have to see how that'll happen because everything else is the exact same from what I can tell. Yeah, everything else is the exact same. So we'll see. I mean, like, a little disappointed, but hey, that's Havoc, baby. I'm pretty sure things will change over time. But Devourer is the new kid on the block. You have like the Apex talents here. Which we will touch on in a separate video. Again, I don't have a ton of time and I want to kind of fully digest this and also maybe see if I get an alpha soon. I think that'll be tomorrow. But yeah, that's the Wednesday video. Lots of crazy stuff. Go check out Jedda's channel. He did get the early access to the alpha as a Blizzard partner content creator. Again, it's like that program has so many problems, and again, if you ever see me on stream and ask me about it, I can waffle about it for a while, but this just isn't the place for it. So yeah, that's the video. Quick little one, not a lot of editing, just sorry about that. That's my stream end screen. Yeah, I'll be live tonight, progging Dementius on Havoc. If you want to come talk about things, I will look into Devourer more when I get a chance. Probably have a video out tomorrow about it, and we'll go over Annihilator, stuff like that. Devourer does seem cool. I'm a little bit disappointed by the spec tree talents for both Havoc and honestly Devourer a little bit as well. But we'll see when I like kind of get my little claws into it, digest it more. So hope you guys enjoyed. We might do a survival video too, because they got reworked and now have a fucking shotgun, which is insane. But yeah, so I'll see you guys tonight for stream people and tomorrow for more video people. So peace. A big thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you to Correlated. Thank you to Alexander Trifunovich, Fear Redefined, Loose Change, rpalms46, Basu Terceros, Zuligan, Dupe, Spaghetti, Gabriel Correa, Magic Man 133, and Felfadaren Dark Terror. Thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone who watches the videos, but especially to those of you who are supporting the channel. Helps me make content, of course. If you want to support the channel, get your name shouted out at the end of the video. Consider becoming a channel member down below. There'll be more perks coming soon-ish for channel members. Trying to work on that a little. And again, thank you to everybody. Also, go follow me on Twitch, stuff like that. And y'all are awesome. See you guys next time. Peace.